Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to go through my Twisting Blades and Flurry build, which helped me to clear tier 76 and tier 75 Nightmare Dungeon on both Flurry and Twisting Blade build. So without further ado, let's get into the skills. So basically, it's the Poison Trap plus Poison Imbuement build, as you can see here. I have Poison Imbuements and Poison Trap. So the build is built around this, but the main source of damage is of course Twisting Blades or Flurry. So basically this build is exactly the same, except for Twisting Blades, you remove these 7 skill points and apply it onto Flurry if you want to use Flurry. And I will link the build in the description below. Paragon tree, it's basically the max row tree, but I made some changes. So instead of control, I'm using ambush, and so the stat allocation for strength and intelligence for some of the paragon boards are a bit different. For example, I am strength heavy over here and I'm less strength heavy over here. Sorry, not here, but over here in the middle one. So it's a bit different from the max row one, and you can see my build in the description below. So for specialization, you want combo points. And for legendary aspects, you can basically copy what I have. So it's over here. So obviously, if you're using Flurry, then you would obviously want to use gloves with +4 Flurry to +4 ranks to Flurry. And also for the crossbow, you would want the Flurry AoE legendary aspect instead of Blade Dancer. So the way that this build works is that you would basically shadow step into the enemy, ideally a strong monster, which in this case would be, say, a ghost, because ghosts usually send a barrage of missiles and they basically take you down to 20% or 15% HP with one shot. So you would want to stun those enemies in order for you to quickly deal with them and CC them so that they can't do any damage to you. And you want to immediately use Poison Trap and Poison Imbuement. And Poison Trap right now, I have 0.75 seconds arm time because I have the Deadly Ambush spring-loaded rare node. This is very important because those 0.5 seconds are extremely crucial for you to crowd control the enemy. So I have more survivability using Flurry than using Twisting Blades when I was doing those runs, mainly because of this node. So Enhanced Flurry grants you maximum life regen when you cast it onto a crowd control enemy or vulnerable enemy. So basically, you do not have any survivability issues as long as you do not get one shot or two shot by a group of mobs. So you can consistently regen your life to max from say 50% or 40% HP, consistently max regen it to max, and you have no problem face tanking groups of mobs, except for cases where there's a cluster of enemies and a flurry or barrage of attacks hit you and could bring you down from 0 to from max HP to 0 in a matter of 0.5 seconds. Obviously, Twisting Blades would offer more damage and clear faster. However, the survivability is really an issue because there is a built-up time in Twisting Blades. So when you go into a group of enemies, you would typically want to use Twisting Blades immediately or build up Puncture, but you probably won't build up Puncture because you want to deal with them immediately. So you will want to use Twisting Blades immediately to build up the Blade Dancer procs in order for you to survive using Siphoning Strikes. And this is an issue because in tier 75 and above, the mobs hit you for so much that you basically need to regen your life back to full within 0.5 seconds of the fight. And the Blade Dancer procs are just too slow for that. So I usually, when I use Twisting Blades, I lure the mobs out of the room and hit the enemies, the small enemies, with Twisting Blades to build up the Blade Dancer aspect blades, and then go into the elite mobs to deal with them. But for Flurry, I do not have this issue. So it is a matter of preference, and if you want to push content, I believe Twisting Blades would be ideal, because having the elite mobs dwelling in the field for too long is extremely dangerous, especially if the groups of mobs, if the groups of elite mobs have dangerous aspects. Modifiers. So yeah, that is basically the build. So you will want Condemnation as the only unique, and you want to build life heavy. So basically, I have rings with health, pants with health, chest with health, and also helm with health. And I also have very heavy maximum life nodes, maximum life paragon nodes on my build. So you can copy my build if you want. But that's basically it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below, and I'll answer your questions. And I will try to push for tier 80, but there really isn't a point in this, because the Feast of Strength jumps up to 100 for the achievement. So unless I do tier 100, it's basically pointless. But I try to do Echo of Lilith, Uber Lilith as well. So stay tuned, and hopefully I will be able to kill it within before season 1 comes out. So I'll see you on the next one.